Professor Zilekt adjusted the temporal stabilizers one final time, her crystalline appendages trembling with anticipation. The Galactic Consortium's most advanced temporal research vessel hung suspended in the void, its destination locked onto a small blue world in the Terran system, approximately 4 billion years in the past. "Are you certain about these readings, Commander?" asked Dr. Vexhai, his metallic skull plates clicking nervously. "The preliminary scans suggest conditions that should be impossible." "That's exactly why we're here," Zilekt replied, her voice carrying the weight of 17 different doctoral degrees in xenobiology and temporal mechanics. "The humans claim their world was forged in chaos. Let's see what actually happened." The ship materialized above primitive Earth, and immediately, every sensor on the bridge began screaming warnings. The planet below wasn't just hostile. It was actively trying to kill everything that approached it. Massive asteroids rained down like artillery shells, each impact releasing energy equivalent to a stellar detonation. The atmosphere was a toxic soup of methane, ammonia, and volcanic gases. Lightning storms raged across continents with electrical discharges that could have powered entire star systems. "By the void," whispered Dr. Keth Nora, the expedition's geologist. "This isn't planetary formation. This is warfare." They watched in stunned silence as a Mars-sized object slammed into the young Earth with such violence that it liquefied the entire crust and ejected enough material to form a moon. The impact should have sterilized the planet permanently. Instead, something impossible happened. Life began anyway, not just simple organic compounds, complex, aggressive life forms that seemed to thrive on the very chaos that should have destroyed them. The first cellular organisms weren't just surviving the Hell's Cape, they were weaponizing it, using radiation as an energy source, turning toxic chemicals into food, and reproducing at rates that defied every known law of biology. "Commander," Dr. Vexhai's voice cracked with disbelief, "we need to move closer. These readings can't be accurate." The temporal vessel descended through Earth's primordial atmosphere, its shields straining against conditions that would have vaporized most known materials. What they found in the ancient oceans made the entire research team question everything they knew about life in the universe. The early microorganisms weren't just adapting to Earth's violent environment. They were orchestrating it. Primitive bacteria were actually controlling atmospheric chemistry, regulating temperature, and somehow coordinating planetary-scale engineering projects that wouldn't be discovered by galactic civilization for another billion years. "They're terraforming," Zilekt breathed. "These microscopic organisms are terraforming their own planet, while it's still being bombarded by extinction-level events." Dr. Keth Nora pulled up a holographic display of the bacterial colonies. "Look at this coordination pattern. They're not just surviving, they're replanning. These single-celled organisms are demonstrating strategic thinking that rivals our most advanced AI systems." The team spent months documenting the impossible. Life forms that used volcanic eruptions as rapid transit systems, bacteria that could survive in the vacuum of space and actually preferred it, and most remarkably, organisms that seemed to anticipate and prepare for catastrophic events before they happened. "How are they predicting meteor impacts?" Dr. Vexhai asked, reviewing footage of bacterial colonies reorganizing themselves days before a massive asteroid strike. "They don't have neural networks. They don't even have nuclei. They're thinking as a planetary organism," Zilekt realized, her excitement overriding her scientific skepticism. "Every microbe on this world is part of a distributed intelligence network that spans the entire globe." The implications were staggering. Earth wasn't just producing life, it was producing a form of collective consciousness that operated on a geological timescale. The planet itself was becoming aware, using biological agents to modify its own development and ensure its survival against impossible odds. As they prepared to return to their own time, the research team made one final terrifying discovery. The ancient bacterial networks were leaving behind genetic templates, blueprints that would eventually give rise to more complex organisms. Every species that would ever evolve on Earth was being pre-programmed with the same impossible resilience, the same strategic thinking, and the same ability to weaponize hostile environments. Now I understand, Zilekt said quietly as Earth faded behind them, why humans adapt so quickly to alien worlds, why they thrive in conditions that should kill them, why they never give up, no matter how hopeless things become. What do you mean? Asked Dr. Vexhai. They're not just another species, Commander. They read the latest iteration of a 4-billion-year-old project to create the perfect survival organism. Earth didn't just produce humans, it designed them. Back in their present timeline, the research team submitted their findings to the Galactic Consortium with a single recommendation: humanity should be reclassified not as a naturally evolved species, but as the product of the most sophisticated planetary engineering project in known galactic history. The universe, it seemed, had been preparing for humans long before humans ever existed.